A lot of these titles have not aged well. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Unusually Horrid, and what do I have today for you? So, I'm like a giant mall rat. So I went shopping for the first time, to the mall specifically. I went shopping at the mall for the first time since like quarantine, I guess, really, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, since quarantine. And I was looking for shorts, and luckily Aeropostale had them on sale, so I did wind up getting 2 pairs. Then I wound up going to Hot Topic and getting a bunch of earrings that I didn't need, and then of course, you know, made my way to Ulta, as one does, and I saw that they still had some pink controversial 50% off makeup, so I got myself a MORPHE x JEFFREE Star palette for 50% off because they are dropping him apparently. I've already smudged this a good amount, so clearly it's not going to stay pink forever, but it is a really cute package. My favorite color is pink. That's pretty obvious. So obviously I like the packaging of this, but I really like the color story. Now, I don't own a lot of JEFFREE Star makeup because I'm a drugstore makeup person for the most part. Like I don't really like spending more than $15 on anything, so definitely not someone who's collected a lot of JEFFREE Star. Obviously I bought the Shane Dawson palette whenever that came out because I definitely got sucked into the hype on that one. And then my sister, my dear sister, love her to death, she gives me so much makeup. If it weren't for that girl, I would not have nice makeup. Both of my sisters, really. If I have nice makeup, like it most likely is either Morphe, because Morphe's decently priced, or my sisters gave it to me. They are the reason I have any good makeup at all, and that's just facts. Anyway, so she gifted me 2 of the JEFFREE Star mini palettes for Christmas this year. So I have the Shane x JEFFREE mini, which maybe I should repaint that one, but since that one was a gift, I probably won't repaint that one just because that's kind of not cool in my opinion to like mess with something that somebody gifted you. And then the mini Jawbreaker, which has some pinks in it, but the pinks in here I have been dying to have for so long, so I'm just super excited that this was 50% off. I guess people really weren't running to grab it like I thought they would be, because who wouldn't? It's 50% off JEFFREE Star. Like, that's a deal. So I bought some. I thought about getting the setting spray, but then I remembered the time last summer when my coworker was like, oh my god, try this. And I was like, oh my god, yeah. And then it was like, hi, this smells like rancid strawberries. So I'm glad I remembered that and didn't buy it. So anyway, I have been dying to play with this since I bought this a couple days ago, but things have been a little crazy at home, so I haven't really had time to sit down and film, and I didn't want to use it without filming it because I was excited. So, as per tradition for myself, with any palette I get, the first look I do always seems to be a pink, smoky, or like dramatic eye look. So with that being said, we're gonna do a pink dramatic eye look yet again on my channel. That's the only makeup look I've really done, and we're gonna do another one. But these pinks over here are really calling to me. I also would like to take a minute to acknowledge the fact that this is kind of like a time capsule if you really think about it. It really represents a time where JEFFREE Star was at the height of his career and everybody wanted a piece, and him and Morphe joined hands together to take over the beauty world. But not only that, a lot of these titles have not aged well. For example, this one right here. I immediately saw that and like, I know breakups are sad or whatever, but it just made me laugh a little bit too much that his ex-boyfriend is forever part of makeup history. I also love that the Nate color is the color that his hair was for like so long. And then another one I thought was funny is that this one right here, Calabasas. Because he doesn't live in Calabasas anymore either, but I mean, it's a nice memory of his time in Calabasas, but he definitely lives in Hidden Hills now. Again, Miss I don't do drama, and yet we have a what's the tea right there. I wonder how many times he's named anything after like tea or drama or anything related to that, but yet right now he's like, I'm not about that. That's just not who I am. The proof's in the palette, baby. Also though, I have to say, as someone who loves YouTube, clearly, I appreciate this type of like interactive merch and how personal, this type of interactive merch and how personalized they can get with this sort of experience versus like a t-shirt or a water bottle or a backpack or something. Because the first lines too are welcome back to my channel and then like wand noise. And I thought that was kind of cool. Like as far as just like appreciating the like merch factor, I guess. Not that I really appreciate Jeffree Star that much or at all these days. But that being said, obviously, I think he's probably still making some coin off this, so whatever, that's on me. I've been dying for this palette anyway because these top, especially the welcome back to my channel row and the couple rows afterward, pretty much like the top half of this palette, it's definitely something I see myself using in like my kit for, you know, whatever special occasions, whatever makeup artistry somebody needs. Like they're very reasonable, workable, glam colors that and are accessible to people. So as a palette, it was something I wanted anyway. It was funny to me that Morphe was cutting all ties and 50% off Jeffree buy. And the fact that I didn't have to pay full price was pretty sweet for a Morphe palette. So let's go on and dive into this palette and create a pink dramatic eye look as per usual when I'm breaking in a new palette. Okay, so I have a plan, obviously. It would be dangerous to go in this without a plan. So I'm going in with very first, and a very bold choice, I know, and I really hope this works out in my benefit because if this turns out to be a whole mess, I'm probably gonna have like a mental breakdown, so that'll be fun. But I'm going in with Fast Lane. Which just from looking at, I actually haven't swatched this black at all because it almost scares me. But like I said in my smoky eye video, Morphe tends to just plop a black in this particular corner, the bottom, if you're looking directly at it, the bottom right corner, they just plop a black in. But I feel like they do try to outdo themselves with their formula every time. And I know that Jeffree likes to do the same, so I have high expectations for this black, so don't let me down, but we're gonna see if I get let down. But I'm gonna take my teensy tiniest, what I usually use for my inner corner highlight, the smallest brush I have. I'm gonna wipe off all the shimmer. Wiped off all the shimmer and I'm gonna dab this into that black and I'm going, well, first, I already did prime my eyelids, but I'm just gonna go in one more time for a nice even base. All right, so I'm going in with my teensy tiny little brush and I'm going in with that black, which is called Fast Lane in this palette. So let's get in the Fast Lane. I'll see myself out, it's fine. And I'm just going in on this very inner corner to about here. That's gonna be our depth for this. We're gonna build out lighter colors from here on out, but this is our inner drama depth. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that tiny brush again, and I'm just gonna go in swirling motions just to break up that line before I go in with my next color. Did y'all hear apparently the spirit stores are shutting down? I don't know if that's true or not because when I went to the mall, when I bought this, they had the store set up with like the display sign and everything. So I'm wondering if it's like super last second, like, just kidding. Or if they are gonna open. I hope they open. Okay, so now that I've got that blended, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going in with the color right here, color Mogul. Now I am taking a slightly bigger tapered brush and I'm gonna go in pretty much right over what I just did. And I'm going in with circular motions. This I'm not tapping on. Usually I tap on my pigment, but this one I'm blending in. And then I'm following that shape along the inside as well to create that, to create the blended look on both sides. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a slightly dense, fluffy brush to blend this out. Okay, I'm gonna take that same fluffy brush and I'm going to go ahead and dip it into Don't Know Her and just shimmer out that line. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a fluffier brush now and just really blend that out before we go in and finish up the rest of the lid. Okay, so I'm going in with this same medium small size tapered brush, and I'm going in with Pink Fleet right here, and I'm just gonna take this and create a little bit more of that ombre effect. And this one I am tapping and blending because I do want that pigment to show up since it's going to be blended out. So I'm taking this and I'm gonna blend this in. Okay, so now that that's blended, I'm going in with my favorite pigment brush. You've seen me use this one a million times, and I'm gonna use that in this bright pink shade called Self-Made. And I'm going to tap this in all over the rest of my lid. We are getting some fallout down here. I'm just gonna kind of clean that off a little bit, and I'm going back in with that color Mogul really quick to blend that back into the dark. Now I'm going in with this to blend that together. I feel like I could stand to bring the Mogul in a little bit more throughout here. And of course I'm going back in with the fluffy brush. Okay, now going back in after I clean this brush off really nice, make sure there's no more black on that because that would kind of defeat the purpose, because I am going in now to do some highlighting. Now I'm going in, first off, I'm going in to highlight the inner corner with the color 2 from up here from Welcome Back to my channel. It's a really nice light pink shimmer, and I think it will just add to the pink dramatic look here. Ooh, that's super pretty. I don't know if it's showing up on camera as pretty as in this mirror right here, but that really, oh yeah, no, it shines. It shines. That's pretty. I like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that right under the brow bone as well. And of course, we're gonna blend that in with the fluffy brush again. I am noticing though that the shimmer kind of wants to go everywhere, but I'll allow it today. But if I was going for a cut crease and I was trying to keep things where they need to be, well, that looks super pretty. I'm just dabbing Mogul in again right through here. I'm almost wondering maybe instead of putting Mogul right there, I should just go back in with Fast Lane. I'm gonna try that. Wish me luck, because that's the black. That fixed what I was bugging about. Okay, I think it's time we grab that little makeup eraser of mine, because this definitely got a lot of fallout with the pink pigments. And pink pigments can stain, so let's see what happens. There's definitely some staining throughout here. But, you know, it's not the end of the world because I'm about to put concealer over it anyway, but I just thought you should know. All right, so it's time to go ahead and pop some liner on. As usual, I'm going in with my NYX white crayon on my waterline. What liner do I want to use? I feel like the Lady Gaga, the House Laboratories liner is calling my name, so like, let's just hope it doesn't let me down. Maybe it was calling to me because I'm getting really hyped for her new like color eyeliner crayons. Y'all see her story on Facebook? I did. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and match this side, pop a base on, pop some lashes on, and then I think I have an experiment in mind, so you're just gonna have to keep watching and find out what my little experiment is. So I'll be back in just a bit with the rest of my face. Give me a second, 1 second. Okay, so now that my look is complete, I wanted to see if this palette was more Morphe or JEFFREE as far as the formula goes. So I'm gonna compare some colors that are similar and compare like shimmer formulas. The first colors I'm gonna go in with and compare custom rims on the Morphe x JEFFREE palette to the Diet Cola from the Conspiracy palette. Now these are both metallic silver. So this is custom rims from the Morphe x JEFFREE palette. And this will be Diet Cola. So there's definitely a difference in the pigment. There's a lot more actual silver color in the full JEFFREE versus the JEFFREE Morphe. I don't have a silver metallic Morphe shadow to compare it to, so we kind of just have to go off this. But as far as shimmers I have used from Morphe, I would say that this formula is more Morphe than JEFFREE. I'm assuming that most of the formula would probably be more Morphe than JEFFREE, just based on how it went on my eye. Compared to the JEFFREE palettes that I've used versus my Morphe palettes, it feels more like Morphe. So let's compare some pinks here. So I'm gonna compare this bright pink from my Fierce by Nature palette from Morphe to the pink that I have on my lid right here, which is self-made in the Morphe x JEFFREE palette. So this is self-made. So this one goes on very nice. It doesn't really feel chalky at all. Okay, so you can tell here that the Morphe x JEFFREE is a bit smoother than the full-on Morphe. Let's compare it to something from the Mini Breaker palette, because I have this pink down here. Bubblegum, pretty basic pink name. Okay, so as far as the mattes go, I would say the formula feels more JEFFREE than Morphe. So we've tested it against the JEFFREE Metallic and realized that this one's more of a shimmer than a true metallic. But I want to test some shimmery pinks. So we're going to test Trisha from the Conspiracy palette to Don't Know Her from the Morphe x JEFFREE. So I'm actually going in with Trisha first. Oh, I love this color. It's my favorite one from this palette. And then this will be Don't Know Her from the Morphe x JEFFREE. Ooh, now those both pack a pretty decent pigment punch. I'm going in with a shimmer from the Fierce by Nature. It's not a pink one, but I kind of just want to see how it feels. Again, it definitely feels more Morphe with the shimmers than JEFFREE. Something I've noticed from using just these couple JEFFREE palettes that I have versus using the couple Morphe palettes that I have is that Morphe, in my opinion, has the better shimmer formula. So it's not surprising that the formula in this one reminds me more of the Morphe one. They just have a better formula than Jeffree Star's shimmers from what I've used. But as far as the mattes go, they act more similar to the JEFFREE matte eyeshadow. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of compare and see if it was more like JEFFREE or more like Morphe, and it kind of is somewhere in the middle. It's a true collaboration. And it was truly 50% off. So I have another lovely palette to add to my kit. I'm not gonna paint over this one because I already got the 50% off, so there's the tea already. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good day, have a good night, have a good life, Unusually Horrid out. Okay, bye!